This is the party. Come on.
Greetings, tribe, and welcome to Snackin with Ortega. I am your host of
Extraordinary Magnitude,
Ortega LaTrobe, and today we're going old school classic comfort food with beef and noodles. Growing up just outside a super tiny town in west central Illinois on my grandma's farm, I certainly got my share of comfort food while growing up. You know, fried chicken, meatloaf, pot roast, good hearty meals, the kind that put you to sleep. And this is one of my favorites, plain, simple beef and noodles. Now for some reason, I remember while growing up, we'd have chicken and noodles like about 4 times every time we had beef and noodles, so it always felt a little special to me. You may recall me mentioning the same feeling regarding the Campbell's beef and noodle soup versus the Campbell's chicken noodle soup as a kid, when we only got the beef and noodle once in a while, and it was like, hee. Same thing here, but we're not talking about soup. That being said, I have actually seen beef and noodle dishes with a lot more broth in them, were a little more stewy, and served with just bread in a bowl. Mine are going to be a little thicker, and we're going to serve them over mashed potatoes.
You mean noodles and taters?
Yeah, I know, noodles and mashed potatoes. What? Starch. And then you get a roll in butter, too. And like some green beans, there's vegetable. We'll give you the energy to go chop wood and wrangle cattle and such. And now, our ingredients. Chunked up chuck, seasoned flour, beef broth, onion, carrot, celery, mushroom, butter, oil, worcestershire sauce, garlic, herbs, and of course, gotta have noodles. First thing we're gonna do, take our beef, toss it in our seasoned flour. And toss that real good, get it coated with that flour. Properly tossed and coated. Grab your favorite large Dutch oven / soup pan big pot. Put it over medium heat. Add the butter and the oil. Once that's melted down, we're going to add in our beef and sear it. We're going to let this go for about 3, maybe 4 minutes, then we're going to give it a stir. Now, let's give this stuff a flip. The seasoned flour was flour, black pepper, ground red pepper, ground white pepper. All right, our beef's had enough time in the pot for now, so we're gonna remove that from the heat, put it in a bowl and set it to the side. When the butter's melted and starts to dance a little, we're gonna add in our carrots, our onion, and our celery. We're going to let those veggies saute for about 3 or 4 minutes. Then we're going to add our garlic. You don't want to add the garlic too early because it will burn. Then it gets bitter. When it gets bitter, it fucks up your stuff. Idiot. Time for our garlic. That garlic's only going to need about 60 cents of osmosis in there. So we're going to go ahead, grab our mushrooms, our beef stock, and a worcestershire sauce. Now we're gonna add our herbs. A little thyme, a little oregano, some marjoram, some adobo for the broth, some black pepper for the broth. Stir and bring to a simmer. All right, the sauce has got a good ripple to it, so we're gonna take our beef and add it back into the stock. Return this to your absolute lowest heat, where it's just a shimmy, a shimmer, a ripple, a simmer. Let that go for about 60 minutes. See you back here when it's noodle time. Noodle time, 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 yeah, noodle time. Our beef and sauce has hit the mark. Just gonna bring this up to a boil and add our noodles. Just like that. Make sure when you add the noodles to separate them really well so they don't clump together and get kind of dewy. Our noodles are finally in the game. We're just gonna lid this up, let it go for about 20 minutes or until those noodles are proper. The cool part about adding your noodles directly into this instead of cooking them and then mixing them together is that the starch is being released by the noodles here will actually help thicken your sauce. It's been about 20. Let's take a look. Yeah. I have to get a close-up of this deep, rich, beefy meal. Now here's the good part. I just want to grab myself a good bite here and give it a taste, because I'm going to take and scoop this all up over some of these mashed potatoes I made while we were doing other stuff. Some mushroom, some carrot, onion, noodle, and the beef. A big good bite of all the stuff. Cheers. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Thick, rich brown gravy with the mushroom and the beef. The noodles give it that body. The veggies got the herbs. It's just got a nice thing going. It's very stewy and comforting. Hunter farmer, if you will. The type of meal for a cold winter's day. But right now, it's the type of meal for October 12th. Thanks for stopping by the Hacienda. I'm Ortega LaTrobe. You've been snacking with Ortega. We'll see you next time.
You have our gratitude.
You go back to mash, man.